Good morning, YouTube. I have two objectives today, and that is to show you how I open and close this Gerber knife, folding utility knife, and I also want to give a short review. So first of all, how do I use this? Well, I use this with my tool pouch for work around the house. So usually I, either clip it here with the clip in the back, or I just sort of put it in my tool pouch like that, and use it whenever I need to. And I usually use it, to cut open boxes from shipments and, little things like that. And the reason I got this knife is because my old knife was heavy to begin with, but it's also over 10 years old and it was sort of breaking. But I got used to the way it opened and closed with one hand with my old knife. So I was looking for something that would allow me to do that, to open and close the knife with one hand. Sometimes I'm holding something to cut, and so it's really convenient to be able to do that. So how do I open and close this knife? Well, I think it's because of how compact this knife is, it's a bit challenging, so I wanted to show it to you. There are very few videos that show you how to do this. But first of all, I put some electrical tape on the clip because it was available. I just had it around with me, and it made it, it gave it a little bit more grip. I thought about using thread tape like some of you suggested on YouTube, but I just wasn't sure what kind of material is used in a thread tape, and I'll be touching it, so electrical tape, I thought it's just vinyl. So how to open and close this knife? Well, first of all, I think it's really important to hold it a particular way. And for me, I cradle the base at the base of my two last fingers, so like this, and then my index finger holds the top. So basically, this is how I hold it. And my last two fingers are also holding the clip right here, where there's a little bit of grip, because it's gonna provide the counterforce for my thumb that'll be used to slide it out. So here's how I open it. So I hold it a particular way, and then I use my thumb, and my thumbnail kind of hooks the head of the screw, and then I hold it, and then I sort of I flip it out like that. And to close it, I use again my thumb to push that spring towards its edge right here. I push it down, and then I use my index finger to close it. Be careful, the blade is quite sharp, so if you want to use one-handed opening and closing, you probably want to practice a little bit. So again, this is how I open it. It's a little bit challenging. It took me a while to sort of get used to this, but I think it works for me anyway, this way, to open and close using this kind of, and it's, again, even when I'm doing it, it's a little bit challenging, but I'm sort of getting used to it now a little bit more. So, like that. So I hope this is helpful. One is I had to be fairly lightweight, less than 5 ounces. That's the weight of my old knife. And it need to be able to do one-hand opening, which I think this does. Well, one-hand opening and closing. And then it's, ranging around $10 or less, which this also fits that criteria. And so, so far, I think I'm happy with it. I like utility knives that are like this because the blades are changeable. So whenever they get dull, which can happen fairly quickly depending on how you use it and how much you use it, you can just easily swap it out. I wish that there weren't a screw, but something that could allow you to take the blade out more quickly, but it still works. I don't use the blade very often. I just use it along with my tool pouch. So, all right, so be careful with the blade. It's very sharp. Hope this is helpful, and peace.